Hey, hello, and welcome. You're listening to the Evolvepreneur Secrets Show for entrepreneurs, and I'm your host, Brian Silverthorne. And it's my mission to help entrepreneurs make a difference and to navigate the often challenging worlds of startup and growth or relaunch. And today we're going to dig deep with our guest and get you some great concepts and strategies to fast track your business. And our special guest today is Alison Ver Halen, and Alison stumbled into content marketing as a career when a family friend asked her to write a blog post for his law firm. And she says she's never looked back. Welcome to the show, Alison.
Thank you so much for having me.
Good. Happy to have you here. So, where are you hanging out today?
Just outside of Chicago.
Oh, okay. So, it's getting on toward winter in that part of the world, isn't it?
Getting there. Yeah, it's doing that Chicago thing where it teases us with fall and a little bit of winter and then goes back to spring, almost summer, and then goes back to being cold. So today it's like mid 50s. I think it's going to get up to 60 today. So it's not bad, but it's rainy. So it feels a lot colder than it is.
Yeah. Well, I grew up in Detroit, so I'm familiar with that part of the world.
Nice.
Okay, so we know how you kind of got into this business. So, what was once you decided to go ahead and become a content marketer? What was the biggest challenge, or were the biggest challenges that you faced when you were getting started?
Getting new clients.
Everybody's.
I know the common refrain of every small business owner or entrepreneur, right? Which is funny because that's actually, I mean, like you said in the intro, I completely fell into it. So initially, getting new clients just kind of happened. Like I said, I did get that first client. He came to me and offered me this gig, which I did not even know was a career possibility, but I jumped at the chance to get paid to write and then started writing for an associate of his and for some friends of mine. And it kept growing from there. So I think initially my main struggle was actually trying to balance the writing with I still had a day job with a significant commute. So trying to do that and this on the side just got to be too much. So I eventually quit the day job to take this full time and then got to know the wonderful world of being fully self-employed and having to deal with, my own health insurance and my taxes and all that fun stuff. So, and then there's the business of going out there and actually getting those clients and running it like a business instead of just something I enjoy doing.
So yeah, as you said, every entrepreneur has the challenge of getting and keeping clients as they go. So are there any particular methods of client acquisition that work better for you than others?
No, I'm kind of all over the place, which I know they say not to do. They say you should pick a channel and stick with it. But like I said, I got my second client, I think, through referrals. So referrals continue to be a good source of income for me. Networking is really good for me. And then I do my own content marketing and SEO, and that has gotten clients for me as well. So I'm doing a little bit everywhere. And lately it's been public speaking. So coming here and doing podcasts like this and speaking at networking events and conferences is also a great way for me to get clients. So I'm doing a little bit of everything.
Yeah, I don't know if I agree with you should niche yourself in the way you attract clients. That
Yeah.
seems to me if you're trying to catch fish, the more poles you have in the water, you're better your chances. So I think everything that you're doing, and then identifying those that work best when you get to that point and optimizing those, but that doesn't mean you let the other ones go. But just in my opinion. So
Yeah, and that's definitely something I've been struggling with, especially when it comes to networking lately, is trying to figure out, I used to try to go to all the networking things, and then I spent all my time networking and didn't have time to actually serve my clients. So trying to figure out where my clients are hanging out and where is the best use of my marketing time or networking time and dollars, is another thing I've been struggling with lately.
yeah. Well, it's all a trial and error, and making the decision when you find one that's not working to let it go quickly and move on to other opportunities.
Absolutely, yes.
So what's the current focus of your business?
The current focus is also not really much of a focus. It is. So my business is AV writing services. So as much as there is a focus, I would say it is Writing services specifically when it comes to marketing content and online marketing content. So I do not do social media. That is not my jam, but I do the long form content. So blog posts, website landing pages, emails. I've even done press releases and ebooks for clients. There is a lot of overlap there between, marketing is also kind of PR, but can also be used as an SEO, link building strategy. Which is another thing I have added into my services once I got into this one. The more I learned about blogging professionally, the more I learned about SEO and how the two really go hand in hand. You can't really have an effective blog without SEO and vice versa. So I've started adding SEO services into my offerings as well. So, but yeah, it all works together. I mean, if you're going to write really good content that gets results for your clients, you need to have that SEO knowledge and the marketing knowledge and how to incorporate them all into really good content that is engaging and effectively gets those readers to the next step in the buyer journey.
Yep, excellent. Yeah, I've got a good buddy that is very specifically niched and helps with SEO, and his primary tool is a good blog.
Yeah.
So yeah, it can work that way. So have you got any big visions or plans for your business, say 3 years down the road?
Yeah, I would love to bring people onto my team. I think long term, because I do the writing and I do the strategy, I would love to move more into just doing the strategy and then either have writers on my team that I can hire to do the writing for me, or maybe work with larger clients who have their own writers that they hire and they can implement the strategy that I come up with for them. I would also love to add more services, have people who are graphic designers and web designers so that I become kind of this, and social media, so that I can offer that as a service, so that when people ask me again and again if I offer that, I can say, yeah, we do have people on our team who do that. So I would love to be kind of a one-stop shop digital marketing agency.
Good. Have you got a plan for getting there? Since you said you were into strategy, have you got one?
A plan? What's that? Yeah, I mean, it's not like written down or official, but I do have things in the back of my mind as far as, okay, once I get to this stage, then I need to hire this person. And once I get to this stage, then I need to hire. And I already have strategic partners. So I don't have people on my team who do web designer, graphic designer, social media, but I have people in my network who do. So I'm at a stage right now where, if you need that, I don't offer it, but I know someone who does, and we can refer work back and forth to each other.
Yeah, that's good. Often it's better to have strategic partner relationships than taking on additional employees. It can work if the trust is there on both sides, and you can get things done sometimes a lot more efficiently than employing people.
Right. Absolutely.
So how let's do it this way. Who or what is your ideal client, and how do they find you at this point?
Yeah, so I did get started writing for attorneys and financial planners, and that has turned out to be a pretty great niche for me. So I do write primarily for attorneys and financial planners. They find me through, like I said, referrals, networking, online, either a Google search or on social media. I've been really active on LinkedIn lately and really strategic about my LinkedIn use. So I have gotten clients through there. And I also work with a number of marketing agencies who, like we said, offer some of the other services that I don't provide. And either they're just overloaded or they need someone to do the writing that they're offering. So they outsource that task to me. So those are also good people for me to know. And yeah, I think most of those clients I've gotten either through LinkedIn or referrals.
Okay, so they can just search you by name on LinkedIn?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Okay.
it's Alison Ver Halen. And again, my company is AV Writing Services, and I do have a LinkedIn business page for that company.
Okay, great. Well, that's good. We certainly want people to be able to find you. So you have a book, I see, or no?
I do. Yeah. It's called Content Marketing Made Easy. There's one right behind me. There's also a copy here, so you can see it a little bit better. Yeah. And the whole idea was, I mean, obviously I wanted to write a book to promote my business. And because I've done it for clients of mine, and I tell people the value of having a book for your business. So I figured I should practice what I preach and have a book. And the whole idea behind it was I wanted to write it for those people who know they need to be doing content marketing and SEO, but don't quite know what it is. And they're scared to even really dive into that. I wanted to make it really easy, really accessible and easy for those people to digest and have it be kind of an introduction into the world of content marketing that is not scary and makes it very, very easy to understand and very not scary.
Well, good. Is one of the purposes for having a book to acquire more opportunities?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's been great for me to get on stage. I mean, and in podcasts, I was on at least one podcast that was like, they require people to have a book before you can get on their podcast. And yeah, it's a great credential to have. I mean, nothing beats being able to say you literally wrote the book on a topic to position you as an authority. And that's really where content marketing comes in, is it's all about positioning you as an authority in your industry.
Right. So have you reached bestseller status?
No, I have not been as intentional about promoting the book and like getting it to that bestseller status as I could. It was one of those things where I thought about, but I was getting to a point where I just really needed to publish it because I was putting it off, and it was like, okay, I just need to publish it. Enough of this, like, oh, I need to have everything perfect. It's like, no, I'm just going to get it up there. So yeah, I just published it earlier this year. And like I said, I've mostly been using it to leverage my speaking gigs. Would love to hit bestseller status. I might have to, I mean, it's never too late, right? So I can
sure. Absolutely.
can always go back and implement some of those strategies to get there.
Yeah. Well, good. So we're getting kind of toward the end of our time frame here. Do you have any final thoughts for the people that are listening?
Start blogging now if you haven't. It is, again, it's never too late. So if you've been thinking about blogging, or if you've started and then kind of let it die, just get back on it and make a schedule and do it consistently. That is the one thing I feel like I'm always saying when it comes to content marketing is do it consistently.
Got it. Well, yeah. Consistency works in all aspects of business and probably life as well. So
absolutely.
That's great advice. And I'm going to use that as the perfect ending to this episode. So that's a wrap on another great guest episode of the Evolvepreneur Secrets Show for entrepreneurs. And just before you leave, if you enjoyed this, please give us a 5-star rating and share it with a couple of friends. And if you want to make sure that you can catch up on past episodes and be notified for upcoming episodes, go to evolvepreneursecrets.show. And if you're an entrepreneur and you got a great idea, blog about it. Let's get it out there today.